Alright, gonna break down the 6-3 2025 baseball slate. My name's Adam. I'm doing today's solo without Frank, but we're gonna jump on in. Yesterday, we did have some pretty good picks. We picked Kerry Carpenter. He actually ended up hitting 3 home runs last night, so a very good pick. We had him in our home run parlay. Also had Shohei hitting a home run. The odds, I will say, weren't for that great. It was like plus 6.5, plus 650. Did hit that. Came very close on our hits, runs, RBIs parlay. We were one away. We just need Jackson Churio to get one more. And unfortunately, after his first at bat, we did not get anything else. So that one did not hit. If you did an insurance play on that, you would have gotten 1.5 times your money, though. But I ended up going with the power play on that one through Prize Picks. So looking at today, we have 15 games. Only one of them has really gotten any weather risk involved, and I will probably be staying fully away from this Texas-Tampa Bay matchup. Other than that, let's dive right into it. Give it a little refresh here, see if we have any lineups that have been set. Looks like we do. First game, Lance McCullers is going up against Paul Skeens. We got Pittsburgh at a minus 162 favorite, which is kind of crazy to think against Houston. But in this game, I am going with Pittsburgh. Lance McCullers actually has been doing a little bit better. I know people have been threatening his family, which is not cool. But yeah, minus 162 with clearly the better pitcher. He's going to be in the game a lot longer too. Lance McCullers, I really don't see going longer than 5.5, 6 innings at his very best. Although he did have 10 strikeouts in the last game, but give me Pittsburgh here. In terms of picking somebody, a prop pick, I don't think there's anybody Lance McCullers has got. He's actually never faced anybody really in this lineup except for Isaiah IKF. But he's actually not in the game today. I'm not sure why that. Oh, wait, sorry. He's batting ninth, so I don't really. He's not going to get many at bats. The ball's blowing in. I'm just staying away from this game, but I do like Pittsburgh, and honestly, I might pick them in a parlay if needed. Moving on, Colorado Miami, another matchup that we also had yesterday. Miami's minus 178 here against Colorado. Now, Frank picked Colorado to win yesterday. I actually would pick Colorado to win back-to-back games. I would not be surprised if this would be the first time the whole season they have won back-to-back games, given their record of 10-50. I would, yeah, I think I would go with Colorado here. Sandy Alcantara a couple years ago won the Cy Young. Clearly not the same pitcher right now. He's given up at least 4 runs in, I believe, his last 6 starts. Chase Dollinger, prospect, kind of been up and down. I think he's had some command issues in his games. Once he settles in, he's been very solid in the minor leagues as we look at his stats here. He hasn't pitched a hell of a whole lot. Very young pitcher, coming in at 23 years old. But yeah, just some walks, so we could cut back on those. He's been doing a lot better. Arizona's a good lineup. He pitched 4 2/3, 6 strikeouts, 1 earned run. So I will pick Colorado here. They'll probably be like plus 150. So in terms of individual bets here, Sandy Alcantara against this Colorado lineup, nobody really sticks out. Um, Orlando Arcia, that's just too small of a sample size, and that's just too average of a hitter to have any real confidence in picking anybody on that Miami side of things or Colorado side. Moving on, Chicago Cubs going up against the Washington Nationals. Cade Horton going up against Trevor Williams. We got the Chicago as a minus 143 favorite, overset at 9.5 runs. No weather factors in this game. Here recently, Washington's been playing really well. Obviously Chicago's been playing well all season. From a pick standpoint, honestly, I am a little heebie-jeebie with Washington, the way they've been playing. I'm tempted to pick Chicago here, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to kind of stick on the sidelines for this one. Trevor Williams against the Chicago lineup, also nobody really sticking out. I always like picking Pete Crow Armstrong, 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Away team, more chance he gets an extra in at bat, and I have no problem with that. but no one really in particular. It's just kind of a personal favorite for me. Outside of that, not really making any other picks in this game. Moving on, Cleveland and New York. Tanner Beebe going up against Carlos Rodon. And I will have a pick in this one. I do like the Yankees in this game. I also do like Ben Rice. Again, this is just kind of personal preference. He's done really well for me when I do pick him. I'll take Ben Rice to hit a home run, and I will pick the Yankees to win here. Um, Outside of that, really, I mean, you can always go with one of these guys in the Yankees lineup to get a hit, home run, RBI, anything. Tanner Beebe's a really mediocre pitcher. Ben Rice does have a home run against him, which kind of sweetens the pot here. And he would be the first guy I would add to my price picks lineup for the day. So, looking at Ben Rice, pop him for. Do we not have a one and we do not have a 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs on Ben Rice. And 2.5 just seems a little too spicy. We might come back to that. For now, I'm going to sprinkle him in there for a 0.5. Although I would like to get a little bit, I would like to get the 1.5, so might have to check some other sites for that one. But moving on, we have Philadelphia going up against Toronto. Sanchez going against Francis. Now I've got Philly set at minus 135 favorite, over under set at 9 runs. And I do like Philly in this matchup. Sanchez has been the much better pitcher. I also do like potentially the over here. Not as confident on that side. More confident on Philly winning the game. Francis against this Philly lineup. Not a big sample size, but looks like Harper and Schwarber do have a home run against them in limited time. Both of those are fine. Personally, not picking either one. Philly's really inconsistent. Harper's really inconsistent. Schwarber's kind of all or nothing. A lot of these guys are kind of boom or bust. And I don't really see any particular stance on a particular player in this game. Although, again, both these guys have a home run. Fine to put in your home run pick'ems if you would like. Moving on, Los Angeles Angels going up against the Boston Red Sox. I got Yusel Kikuchi going against Brayan Bello. Boston's at a minus 138. Over-under set at 9.5 runs. That over-under seems a little high for this game. I'm not really sure. Brayan Bello, pretty decent pitcher. Let's see how he's been doing recently. Started off pretty good. ERA crept up a little bit. Going up against this lineup here. Nobody also really sticking out. I'm tempted to pick the Angels here. I'm really, really tempted to pick the Angels. Kikuchi, somebody who was really bad a couple of years ago and has really turned it on this season. Not sure if it's a fluke. I mean, he's in the around a 4 ERA last 2 seasons. Before that, he was just garbage. His WHIP is a little bit higher than his ERA would indicate. It indicates his ERA should be a little bit higher than what it is. Going up against this lineup here specifically, we do see that Rafael Devers has 2 home runs off of him. Batting average isn't the greatest. Rob Refsnyder, somebody who's kind of like this platoon player who always seems to bat third in this lineup. Really nothing I would want to bet on here, but screw it. I'm going to go Angels in this game against my better judgment. I also would go under on this 9.5 runs. This seems a little high. I'm not really sure where that is coming from. So, moving on, Milwaukee, Cincinnati. Freddie Peralta going up against Hunter Green. Cincinnati minus 127 favorite. Over under set at 8 runs. This has just been a really close, competitive pitching matchups. Both these teams are very similar. Both have young talent. Both are doing pretty mediocre. Both have similar starting pitchers. So from a pick standpoint, there really is not a clear-cut winner here, and the line kind of indicates that at minus 127. The over/under 8 runs is pretty much accurate for what I would see here. Looking at matchups, though, I don't mind a sprinkle of Christian Yelich. He did hit a home run last night. He could do over/under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs on him. But I do think we see coming up, we'll have some better plays for that I think are a little bit more reassuring. But if I had to pick a team here, I'll probably go Cincinnati since they're at home, but zero confidence in that. Moving on, Arizona going up against Atlanta. Zach Gallen going up against Spence Strider. Spence Strider coming back from injury this season, still hasn't really regained his form. Zach Gallen really not having a good start to his season. So, I mean, looking at the Atlanta's a minus 164 favorite, over under set at 8.5 runs. And I would take Atlanta here. If we look at Spencer Strider's last few starts as he came back, he's still ramping up. Not really getting a whole lot of pitches and opportunity. Looks like he has had some issues with walks, but he's probably shaking off the rust. I think eventually he's going to shake off that rust and have a good game. I think it might be tonight. So I like the Spencer Strider over in strikeouts. I also like Ronald Acuna Jr. Believe he has 2 home runs against Zach Gallen. He has none, but he's batting 333. I don't mind a sprinkle of Ronald Acuna. And here recently, you've been able to get him at plus 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs at pretty much even money, which is pretty much a steal with this player. I mean, he's MVP caliber, coming off a nasty leg injury. Give me Atlanta. Give me Spencer Strider over hit strikeouts, and give me Ronald Acuna over hits, runs, and RBIs. I'm actually going to see what he is priced at on Prize Picks, out of curiosity. Okay, so he's a goblin. He's below. And whew, I do not liking what I'm seeing there. 1.8 on 2 picks. We're definitely gonna have to get that one a little bit juicier here. Again, looking at Texas Tampa Bay, this is a matchup that I would not want to part of. This game is most likely going to get rained out, and I don't want to risk either one of these starting pitchers in the matchup. I don't want to pick anybody in a possible parlay that could potentially be taken out due to weather. So I'm staying away from that game entirely. Just going to save my time, save my money. Detroit versus Chicago. Brent Herter going up against Shane Smith. Detroit is running a bullpen game today. Brett Herter probably won't get more than 1 or 2 innings of work. Shane Smith, decently solid, 1-3 with a 2.68 ERA. I am still going to go with Detroit here. Look at the record. Detroit's a much better team, much better lineup. Kerry Carpenter has just been crushing the ball here recently. And he is somebody else that I want. I'm going to ride the hot streak here on him. And let's see if they give us a 1.5. They do not. They just don't want to give us that today. We'll sprinkle him in. And you know what? We're going to change out Ben Rice as well to 2.5. And then we had Acuna. Let's go ahead and do that too. That way we can get a little bit juicier. 2.5. Perfect. Ooh, that looks a lot better. We got 9x odds on that. Nice. But yeah, give me the Detroit in this game. From a pick standpoint, again, Kerry Carpenter home run, Kerry Carpenter over hits, runs, RBIs. Moving on, Kansas City, St. Louis, Michael Lorenzen going against Andre Palante. St. Louis a minus 152 favorite. Over under set at 9 runs. Give me St. Louis here. St. Louis has had more success against Michael Lorenzen, specifically in the Cardinals lineup. Wilson Contreras has 2 home runs up against this pitcher. I don't mind sprinkling him in for hits, runs, RBIs, or a home run. I won't have him particularly in my parlay today, but I think that is a good person to target here. So moving on, Baltimore versus Seattle. I got Tomoyoki Sagano going against George Kirby, and George Kirby has not had a good start to his season whatsoever. And he's going up against this Baltimore lineup that has seen Cowser and Mayo insert the lineup again. We've got Kerstad back in there in a fully healthy lineup from top to bottom. I'm picking the over in this game. I'm also picking Baltimore to win, and I like Gunnar Henderson over hits, runs, and RBIs. And I also wouldn't mind Jackson Holiday as well in that same sort of boat. and looks like they're going to force us to do the 2.5 again. Whew, man. Make some good money if this hits tonight. But yeah, give me Baltimore here. And really, if you want to sprinkle in any of these players, I like either one of these guys to hit a home. Actually, I take that back. Cowser, Henderson, Holiday. Holiday, Henderson, I would take hits, runs, RBIs. Henderson, Cowser, I would take home run. Um, or, either for Henderson there. 3 games left, and I know we're flying through these today. I didn't have as much free time today with a newborn, as many of you might understand if you're in the same scenario. But we also don't have Frank here. But yeah, we'll make sure we break down that Prize Picks lineup, and I'll get a home run parlay in there before we go as well. But 3 games left here. Ryan Burgett versus Landon Roop. Ryan Burgett, 1-0, 0.00 ERA. Landon Roop, 3-4 for 3.54 ERA. Give me San Diego here, not because I see the shining 0.00 lineup, but sorry, ERA, but the ball is blowing out quite a lot today. Fernando Tatis is 3-3 against this pitcher. None of these players really have home runs against him, if I remember correctly. We'll just double check real quick. Yeah, actually, no one in this lineup has ever hit a home run off of him. But give me Fernando Tatis to get a home run today. Also, I'm taking him in the over hits, runs, and RBIs. And they are also going to force us. Whew, we're up to a 37x multiplier here. So this is a very, very risky. Actually, sorry. This is a 54x multiplier. We had the safety net on this one. You put 20 bucks in, you win 1,080. So something to think about there. You probably don't even need to get that spicy. So, but yeah, give me San Diego here. Give me the over on runs too. Over 8 runs, just because the ball is blowing out. It doesn't take much for in San Francisco with the wind blowing for a ball to go out. So I do think we'll see some home runs in this one. 2 games left. Pablo Lopez going up against Osvaldo Bido. Pablo Lopez 2.75 ERA. Osvaldo Bido 5.82. Looks like Bido might be a bullpen game here. This is clearly Minnesota money line. They're minus 203, so you're not getting the best odds on that, but I really think they do win here today. I also really like Byron Buxton to get over hits, runs, RBIs as well. Banding at the top of the lineup away, he's going to have a lot of opportunities to do that, especially in a bullpen game on an Athletics team that doesn't exactly have the best bullpen. So give me Minnesota. The over-under is 10 runs, so you could just kind of see that they know there's going to be a lot of runs scored in this game. I probably wouldn't touch that. That probably is about right. But Pablo Lopez is a pretty decent pitcher, not really anybody on the athletic side I'm running to put any picks down for, though. Last game, Tyler Magle versus going up against Clayton Kershaw. Clayton Kershaw somehow still in the league. Getting a start here with all the injuries going on in Los Angeles. Tyler Magle, 3.52 ERA. Clayton Kershaw, 4.91. Wind is also blowing out pretty moderately in Los Angeles. Dodgers set at a minus 144 favorite. Over-under set at 9 runs. I do like the over in this game. I also think I would lean towards the Dodgers. I don't think I would bet the Dodgers. I do like Lindor, though. I like Lindor over hits, runs, RBIs today in this game as well. But yeah, if I had to throw a pick 'em, since we don't have Frank here today, pick 'em together, 3-team pick 'em, I would go Pittsburgh. I would go Philly. And I think I would go Atlanta. Put those 3 together, I'm sure you're getting some pretty decent odds on that. But finishing up over here with Prize Picks again, link in the description. Deposit $5, get $50 in free lineups. Our link is in the description below. We did put together a parlay here. Carpenter, Rice, Acuna, Henderson, and Tatis over 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Now this is 54x odds. I don't know if it's worth it doing a 4-pick to get only 2x on it. I think I would stick with the 5-pick and throw a small amount on it. So we're going to throw $5 on it. And get that submitted. and is taking his time. And then let's do some home runs. Let's do Ben Rice to hit a home run. Did I not hit home runs? You hit home runs and it doesn't show up. And then let's do Tatis. Let's see what we can get this at, since we are 1 for 1 so far in home run picks. There we go. So it's 14.5x, a lot better. So we'll throw $5 on that. Hope one of those hits. But yeah, should have some MMA content this week. Should have Frank back from his PTO day. And again, like, follow, comment on what you want changed. And again, we're doing a lot of changes right now. This channel will look significantly different from week to week as we learn, implement new things, and change everything up. So if you have any suggestions, put them in the comments. Yeah, and stay tuned.